Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Friday, July 3rd. We are honoring the federal holiday today, so hopefully you're getting some time off if you're not already getting a lot of time off, and you're able to enjoy the 3-day weekend. We are continuing in our study of Acts. We are finishing up chapter 25, beginning at verse 23, and then we're going to carry it all the way through to the end of chapter 26. Now, yesterday we were introduced to a new character, King Agrippa, and he wanted to know more about Paul. And so, in today's text, Paul gets to sit down with Agrippa and Festus and share his story. Not in the context of a trial now. He's just going to witness to his faith and how he came to know who Jesus Christ really was and is for him and for us. And at the end of his presentation, he then turns to give some challenge, to invite them to consider changing their lives. And here's what happens at verse 28 in chapter 26. Agrippa interrupted him. "Do you think you can persuade me to become a Christian so quickly?" Paul replied, "Whether quickly or not, I pray to God that both you and everyone here in this audience might become the same as I am, except for these chains." Then the king, the governor, Bernice, and all the others stood and left. As they went out, they talked it over and agreed, "This man hasn't done anything to deserve death or imprisonment." And Agrippa said to Festus, "He could have been set free if he had not appealed to Caesar." So Paul has shared his story, and he's even challenged them, but he did it in such a way that they actually like Paul. They respect him, and they realize that he's not done anything wrong. The truth is that they're being honest. There's no reason for him to be in prison, and there's certainly no reason for him to be on trial. But he has appealed to the emperor, and he has the right to do that. And in truth, if they did let him go, it would give Paul two more problems. One, he wouldn't have a way to get to Rome, which is on his heart to happen. And two, the Jews have already made it clear that they plan to find a way to kill him, whether by court order or by ambush. So Paul is on the right track and God's doing the right thing. But what's important about this is that even after having been in prison for 2 years, more than, Paul's heart is to share his story and share a story in such a way that it might change the lives of others. Now, we don't know what happens to Festus or Agrippa, whether or not they give their lives over to Christ at some point, but that's not our problem, and it wasn't Paul's problem either. It was just about planting seeds and letting the Holy Spirit do what the Holy Spirit does. So that's our challenge to us today, that we share our story of how we've come to know who Jesus is and how that has changed our lives. By God's grace, it will change the lives of another. Have a great day, everyone.